right. Well, hi. We're back again.
Yeah.
This is Queens of the Paddock and F1 podcast.
You gotta start that back over. I was like, that was atrocious. Hold on. My butt.
That was atrocious. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, hello and welcome back. This is Queens of the Paddock and F1 podcast. My name is Alex.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're back, and we're here to talk about the Bahrain
Yeah.
Grand Prix, the first race of the season.
Yes.
That is happening.
Kicked off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're here to give you just a little short expose.
Yes.
Oh, I'm using
Ooh, I
fancy
love
words.
that word.
Short little expose on the track itself, kind of some of the temperatures, kind of, I guess, what to expect.
Right.
Any red flags to look out for.
Yeah.
And
Some track history, just some little tidbits from what happened last year.
Yeah.
And so this is something we're going to do before every race, and it'll come out on Thursdays so that you can listen along and then be prepared for everything that is going to happen on Friday, Saturday,
and
Sunday, race day. So, and then follow along on Instagram because we're also going to have like some menu ideas and fun drink ideas so that you can enjoy that while you're watching the race on Sundays.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's get going.
But yeah, starting out.
So the first one is the Bahrain International Circuit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
That's
name of
right.
the track.
So, and this is the track that was used during testing.
Okay.
So they'll be at the same track. So if you watch testing, you're going to see the same kind of layout and area. That track has a circuit length of 5.4 kilometers, which is 3 miles. We're in America.
Yeah. Roughly
For a lap.
a little over 3 miles for one lap.
Right.
Which also it's a 57
lap race.
57 lap race. God bless, can't talk today.
Yeah. So overall, it'll be around 130 miles that they're going to drive. The first Grand Prix was held here in 2004.
Okay.
So they've been
Newer
racing
track.
here. Yeah, they've been racing here for a while though. So most of the drivers are like familiar with it and it's a good first race. But one thing we do want to talk about is the curse of whoever wins this race goes on to be second
in the
driver's championship. And this is something that has been going on since 2017. So it's not like a past couple years. Like this has been going on for a minute.
Yeah.
That this is happening.
Gosh.
So it's officially a curse in my book.
Or if Charles wins, it's not going to be a curse.
He will break the curse.
Like,
he's the only one.
I'm a big believer of curses. I'm a
Yeah.
Red Sox fan. So, and the Red Sox, they had a curse of Bambino, and that lasted literally like 80
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was like it was
years.
over 50 years. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Very long time. So I'm a very big curse person.
Yeah.
But I also am a firm believer in curses can be broken.
Oh, 100%.
So-
Absolutely. But so 2017, 2018, Vettel won the first race and then got second place behind Lewis. 2019 and 2020, Bottas won the first race, got second behind Lewis. In 2021, Lewis wins the first race, got second behind Max. And then this past year, Charles wins, gets second behind Max.
Yeah.
So, officially a curse. We're looking to have this curse be broken, but we shall see.
To be determined.
To be determined. We'll see who wins. We'll see what happens. But, okay.
Another thing with this track or this race that I always think is kind of cool, and we talked about it on the last episode, it's one of the few races that you actually race during the day and at night.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with the sun setting and things like that.
Right.
So I do love that
aspect
of it.
Yeah, so it's an evening race, which again, like it's difficult for the drivers because the temperature fluctuates a lot too.
Yes.
And that track temperature fluctuates a lot. So it'll be interesting to see like how they get their setups done and then with the tire temp and all of that going on. So that's like a little extra something thrown in. Yeah. Overall weather expected for this race weekend is sunny and in the mid 70s, mid to upper 70s.
Okay.
So not expecting any rain, which is good.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's also the Middle East. I feel like
True. Yeah.
very
We're kind of in the
rare-
desert.
Very
Yeah.
rarely are you going to see that. But
Right.
still, the question is, even though that's the temperature, I mean, the track temperature is definitely
Hotter than that.
a lot hotter than
Right.
that. So it will be a semi-interesting, difficult-ish race.
I think so, for
For
sure. And then 2, it's usually windy there. So a lot of the drivers will complain about like the wind blowing and kind of,
Kind of like what they had in Coda last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially in, I mean, the wind, but also, I mean, there's what, 15 turns on this track? So
Ooh.
there's quite
I don't
a
know how
bit.
many turns. I know there's 3
15.
DRS zones.
Yeah, 3 DRS zones, one in each zone, actually, or each sector, I should say. One in each sector, and there is 15 turns. So
Yeah.
it's pretty,
Windy.
Yep.
So, turn 10 seems to be the most like difficult turn,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
watching them off of the season testing. Like when people were kind of running off the track, or like Oscar Piastri had that spin out, like it was turn 10 that seems to kind of trip them up. So that's something to watch out for.
And it, like when you look, so I have it like Alex
Blown
will,
up.
yeah,
Yeah, we
Alex
have the
will
maps.
Have the map whenever she does all of her editing, Alex.
Yeah.
But if you look, it's like literally like almost a complete.
Yes, it's a
like,
very tight turn.
It's a very tight turn.
It's a very tight turn. So it's a left-hand turn too, which I feel like
is a little bit. Is for some, maybe not others.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a different
kind of thing.
natural
So
turn.
yeah, we'll see what happens there. But typically, there's a lot of overtaking during this race. So last year's race at Bahrain was like really interesting and exciting. It was a crazy race. Charles won. We already talked about that. So there was a lot of things that were going on though. So Charles got first, Sainz got second. So it was a 1-2 Ferrari, and then Hamilton third. But we saw some really good battles between Charles and Max, where they were like in one lap. I think they like overcame each other like 5 times or something.
Yeah. It
was crazy. It was back and forth.
And then Max ended up having, car issues.
Yeah, and it was like right towards the end of the race where he lost power completely and had to retire. And then on literally the last lap of the race, Checo also lost power and had to retire. So they had a double DNF. So that was crazy. Also, Gasly's car overheated and like caught fire.
Yep.
So that was something that happened. And then Magnussen finished 5th place.
Yeah.
In that race.
Yeah, that was
right after like coming back.
That was a big thing. So.
Yeah, so it was an exciting race last year. We're hoping for the same excitement around this race, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Also, too, I have just some notes about Bahrain itself.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Because I was like, what is Bahrain? Like, where is this? We don't know. But it's actually an island archipelago. And it's a kingdom. So they have like a king.
Okay.
And it's in Western Asia on the Persian Gulf, which is the Middle East. King Hamad bin Isa al Khalifa is the king. He's got a name.
Like, applause for that, Alex.
Was that good?
Was like a mouthful. In my opinion, it was.
Hey, yeah, I practice. So their official language is Arabic.
Okay.
And I said the Kingdom of Bahrain is an archipelago. So this was interesting. So it's 50 natural islands and then 33 artificial islands that make up this island chain. Yeah. And then Bahrain Island, which is where the track is and all of that, makes up about 83% of the country's like area. So it's like a lot of little small islands, and then that main one is Bahrain Island.
Okay.
They are known for pearl fisheries.
Ooh,
and date palm groves. Yeah.
Oh.
So when we do our menu, we're going to have some date items on there.
Okay.
There is this chicken dish that looks fantastic with like some rice that I want to make.
Oh, I feel like that's right up your husband's alley.
Yeah, it looks real good. And then they also have these it almost looks like a beignet, but it's not a beignet, but it's kind of the same idea. It's like a little dough ball.
Okay.
So we'll be doing those. And interesting, too, that Bahrain Island is widely thought to be the site of the ancient kingdom of Dilmun, which was a commercial center that traded with ancient Sumer. Do you remember learning about the Sumerians?
No, I wasn't very good at history.
Oh my God, I loved history.
I hated history. So.
See, I loved history and I loved like anthropology stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I took like some extra anthropology classes because I was like super into that.
Oh gosh, Alex.
Just for fun.
Man.
But yeah, so I was like, oh my God, they used to trade with Sumer. Like totally, yeah.
That's
in your
cool.
history books. I thought it was interesting. But outside of that, so we've got our menu that'll be coming out.
Yeah.
The drink wise,
Okay.
they have some kind of like pretty strict drinking laws there.
Which they are in the Middle East.
Right.
Asia,
So,
like
I mean,
all that.
there's beverages that they consume, but a lot of it is like teas and stuff.
Okay.
Like
Ooh, I
not
love
like
good tea.
yeah, it's not going to be like real cocktail heavy.
Okay.
But of course, you can always break out your champagne because it's a Grand Prix. So
Oh, you're a Ferrari brute.
yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
But
So.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much all. Oh wait, do we want to do some predictions? Let's do some predictions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's a little hard for me on this
Yeah.
one. Just because I feel like my predictions will be a lot better once we see the first race.
True.
But for me, I'm hoping that Max wins and Charles is in second because I don't want any of that juju of the curse.
Right. Yep.
Or what are we calling this curse? The curse of Bahrain?
It's well, and so I think it should just be the curse of the first race because it's not always in Bahrain, the first race.
Okay.
So I think it's just the curse of the first race.
Your husband needs to work on that. He's very good. So her husband's very
he is
good.
very good at that.
Like phrases and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So he needs to come up with.
Yeah, we'll get him to do something a little bit.
And Alex will post it.
Yeah.
On Insta.
Yeah.
What he comes up with.
Yeah. We'll fill you in on that, but he's gonna have to help us out with that.
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
something that flows easier.
And that's what I was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
need
for
some-
sure.
Okay.
So
So my predictions is Max wins, Charles is 2nd, and then of course Carlos 3. But again, I think AlphaTauri is going to struggle, and I really think Williams is going to come out, and I think AlphaTauri is going to place in the
like in
At
the
the
end,
end.
at the back.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Good predictions. So I am too predicting and hoping that Max will win.
Okay.
So a Max first place, I think, is Charles second place.
Okay.
And then third place, I'm going to go maybe an Alonso. I'm just going to go a little bit crazy.
Okay, but my other thing, I think 4 is going to be Kevin.
Okay.
I think Kevin's going to come
He
out
does well.
swinging again.
Yeah. He does well at this track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think for Kevin.
So I'm also going to predict that we're going to see some more DNFs. We're going to see maybe McLaren, maybe Mercedes having some engine troubles.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I definitely McLaren. I don't think they're going to be able to fix whatever their issues were during testing like this soon. Yeah. And I think the Mercedes will be underwhelming.
Yes. I totally agree.
I mean, I could be totally wrong, and maybe it's gonna be great. We don't know. That's what a prediction's for.
For sure. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm thinking is going to kind of happen. My question mark would be, where does Checo end up in all of this?
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see.
We'll see. Oh, you know what? I did forget about him. Maybe he's third place
I don't know.
on my podium. Anyways,
I think he's him and Carlos will end up like 3 through 5.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's in the top. The top. For sure. So, okay. Well,
Okay.
cool.
Well, tune in for our episode that is going to drop on Monday. We'll go over our race winners.
Yeah.
What happened on the
We're gonna
weekend.
recap
everything in Bahrain. And then kind of get us set up for our next week and our next race.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
We're getting fully into race season, and I can't wait.
We're so excited.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
There's a lot to come. So.
I know. Yay.
Yay.
But so, yeah, just a little quick episode to get you guys up to speed. And now we're done. So this has been Queens of the Paddock, an F1 podcast. My name is Alex.
And I'm Courtney. Lights out, and away we go.
We'll see you soon. Bye.